welcome to the BoshNRoll channel. If you want to support my daily Eternal Magic offerings while getting amazing perks like the BoshNRoll Discord community, have me play your deck on the channel, or listen sideboard guides before tournaments, check out the Patreon or YouTube membership program. This channel is possible because of these amazing sponsors. Check them out, all their links are in the video description. As always, thanks for being here. Let's go play some Magic.
Welcome back to the BoshNRoll channel. Today we're doing a vintage cube draft. No power in my pack. Orcish Bowmasters is very powerful in general because a lot of vintage cubes do come down to drawing cards, and if you get a Time Twister, Wheel of Fortune kind of thing going, that is abusable. Exploration is a solid card. If you first pick it, you can really draft around it, make lands come together, or even just a deck with a lot of card draw. You can leverage the lands you draw better. I won't be taking that over Orcish Bowmasters, though it's sweet. I also like Solitude a lot. My general philosophy in Cube is don't die and then have inevitability. Solitude is good at helping you not die because you can pitch it, and it's a great spell to cast later to give you inevitability. Overlord is cool. I'm not going to take it over any of these cards I mentioned, though. I'm just going to let Bowmasters come into the pile and move on with my draft here. Psychic Frog, the boy. Okay. Verdant Catacombs is very good here. I wouldn't fault anyone for taking that. Bitter Triumph. Solid removal spell, Mind Twist. If you have any fast mana, this is insane, and even without fast mana, somewhere around turn 3 or 4, it's going to be gross. I like Psychic Frog more than I like Bitter Triumph. It's close with Mind Twist, it's close with Verdant Catacombs, but I am going to take the creature. Watery Grave, Sanders Lounge in this pack. Brazen Borrower, Balance. I'm kind of the opposite of a balanced deck. Dismember is great removal. I don't think I need Night's Whisper. Not this early. I think I just want Watery Grave. I would be happy to get back Dismember, Xander's Lounge, Night's Whisper, or Brazen Borrower. I can make any of these work. But let's just help make Psychic Frog something I can do. I love Inquisition of Kozilek and Spell Pierce. Those are the safe picks. Flooded Strand's also extremely safe. This is a blue fetch that can get black with the picks I already have. Thassa's Oracle, I am in Doomsday colors. If I want to take this kind of makes this my thing if I make it work for the rest of the draft. Bolas's Citadel is great if I find a Tinker or some rituals to make it happen. I would be happy to wheel Inquisition, Spell Pierce, Oracle, Occult Epiphany, or even Bolas's Citadel is fine. I'm going to get my mana under me. Maybe I'm a wuss, maybe I'm very smart. We'll never know. Brainstorm, Treasure Cruise, Freebooter, Sink into Stupor are all here. I love World with Spineworm, but I'm not doing anything with it right now. But Psychic Frog does turn on all sorts of Reanimator stuff. If I can dovetail into that, it would be sweet. I think I'm between Brainstorm, Sink, and Freebooter. Sink is mediocre interaction that doubles as a land. Freebooter is mediocre interaction that doubles as a creature. Brainstorm just sees the cards that are in my deck. I think I'm going to take Brainstorm. Upheaval, okay. Sedgemoor Witch goes infinite with Chain of Smog. I had a draft a couple weeks ago where I had Sedgemoor Witch and Witherbloom Apprentice at the end of pack 1, and Chain of Smog just wasn't in the draft. Collective Brutality's fine. Upheaval's really good if I could do anything to leverage it. It's early enough that I think I'm interested in Upheaval. Fast mana is already a high pick, and whatever. If I get rewarded for doing what I want the draft to do anyway, I'll take it. Miscalculation is efficient interaction. Everflowing Chalice is like the worst signet talisman thing in the whole cube. I think I could do better. I might even get a blue-black talisman on the wheel in a pick or two here. I'll take the Miscalculation. Opter Foundry. Ugh. Okay, so here we go again. I'm in the colors. I can use this. But if the sword doesn't show up, it's a blank. I think I'm going to take Deep Cavern Bat. I've sent a pretty strong signal to my left that black is not open. I gave them like a Kitesail Freebooter and Collective Brutality. Green is wide open, though. That first pick Exploration, whoever took that's pretty happy. I'm going to take Deep Cavern Bat. Oh, baby. Well, here's this back. Overlord versus Spyglass Siren. Exploration's really good with Upheaval. Do I want to be bold here? Go Bug, support Exploration. I think Overlord is the thing that dovetails into Reanimate the most exciting, and Spyglass Siren is fine. I'm going to take this Exploration. I was moderately interested in it the first time I saw it. Okay, Relic of Progenitus, Kitza. Kitza is another creature that does stuff. I will take that. Balance. Came back around. I'm going to take the Hedge Maze. I could fetch this and I cast my Exploration. Thassa's Oracle. Occult Epiphany is a pretty good card, but Oracle just opens up so many pathways to me. And I could play all of these cards. I guess I'll take Survival and Sedgemoor Witch. Thought about that one the first time I saw it. I don't really want to be an Essica's Chariot deck, but if I end up in green, it's live. There's a fast bond here to go with my Exploration. Wrenn and 6. That's another stretch into another color. If I already have Exploration and it wheeled, am I worried about this fast bond? Because Shallow Grave is here. This is a reanimate spell that's pretty exciting with my Psychic Frog. Zagoth Triome is the full 3-color spread of the cards that my deck is. I think this will wheel, though. And I'm going to take Shallow Grave. Obviously, I can't wheel both Zagoth and Fastbond because I'll have to pick one over the other, even if they both come back. But I'm okay with that. Torsten is something I can Shallow Grave effectively. Sunken Ruins cast the spells in my deck. Caustic Bronco is fine. Ancient Tomb is Acceleration. I kind of think I just want this Caustic Bronco. I took some early color fixing, so I'm not that stressed about it this early still. Just in the middle of the draft, a lot of time to figure it out. But doing something on turn 2, something proactive, is interesting to me. Bayou's good. Recurring Nightmare could be good. Oh, Nadu's here. I am just going to take Nadu here. I think Bayou, Ponder, Recurring Nightmare are all potentially objectively better. But I've been trying to play Nadu for a minute now in the cube. There's Greaves right after it. There's also Doomsday and Dark Ritual in this pack. I think I'll wheel the Doomsday. I could be Nadu, Doomsday with Thassa's Oracle in here. Yeah, I just really want to play with Nadu. I'm excited to do this. This became awesome very quickly. Snuff Out is a free removal spell. Canker Bloom is whatever. White of the Reliquary is whatever. I'm going to take Snuff Out. Lotus Cobra, Dam, Spellseeker. Dam is just a removal spell. I'm not going to have 2 white. Lotus Cobra does stuff with Exploration. All right, here we go. Let's go. And my deck wants creatures in it because of Nadu. Botanical Sanctum is an appropriate color dual. Exhume, I could have redundant copies of Nadu or maybe build out my Reanimator stuff. Yeah, I'll take Exhume. Metamorphosis Fanatic, Sylvan Caryatid, Storm Chaser's Talent. Fanatic is more Reanimator stuff. I don't have any monsters to reanimate yet. Fanatic can be gotten off Survival. Maybe I just want Treachery here. Just some cool card that's just good. Caught Zagoth Triome on the wheel. I will definitely take it now that I have Nadu. Fastbond didn't come back. Firstly, Bill. That's a Nadu card. Sunken Ruins did come back around, but now I want Bill more than I want that. Steam Vents, Recurring Nightmare, Nethergoyf. Nethergoyf is just like a beat. I have a bunch of reanimation already and basically nothing to reanimate. Nethergoyf, get in. Doomsday on the wheel. Is it better than... Oh, fuck. Greenstone Zenith is here. Alright, fine. I will be Zenithing for Nadu and giving up on Thassa's Oracle. Canker Bloom, white. I guess Bloom. And Tarmogoyf. And Fallen Shinobi. And Thassa's Oracle is a win con with Nadu as well. We'll see if I actually get to that, but having Zenith and Survival to find the Nadu is pretty exciting. Pack 3, we've got an Atraxa. I do have a variety of reanimate spells here. There's a Grizzlebrand. This Flooded Strand could represent a single basic Blades and I'm casting Atraxa. Preordain finds Nadu better. So do I want this crazy eject button available that turns on Shallow Grave and Exhume? Or I could take Preordain and just do my best to find Nadu and Lightning Greaves more often. I think I want an eject button. Atraxa's in the deck. There's a Natural Order that can get Atraxa. And I have Lotus Cobra, Bristly Bill, Canker Bloom, Nadu at the low end. And any mana dorks I take here are pretty good. Snapcaster and Force Negation are cards I like, but I am going to go with Natural Order. Mystic Confluence. All-time Vintage Cube banger, Mystic Confluence. Dark Slick Shores helps me cast spells. I'm a little worried about that, I'm not going to lie. But Mystic Confluence is awesome. Underground Mortuary. Shifting Woodland could be a Nadu. I really like Sentinel in Nameless City, but I don't think I need more mid-range nonsense right now. I'm just going to take the land. Imperial Seal can be Lightning Greaves or Nadu. Hex Drinker is a creature that I can target with stuff, or a sack to Natural Order. I think I want Imp Seal. I'm really making this into a combo deck. The Seal can get the Natural Order or the Nadu or the Greaves. Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath. 6, Terra Sunder. Not much of an Uro deck here. 6 is green. Okay, yeah, just some 3-drop green creature. Is 6 better than Ursine Monstrosity? I think it is. Yeah, this mostly just deals a lot of damage. Elvish Mystic, that is something I've been looking for. There's Chain of Smog to go with my Sedgemoor Witch. Could be a third combo in the deck, but I think I'd rather support the cards I already have, which are Natural Order and Nadu. Entomb and Sword of the Meek. So I would have been paid off. This is the last new pack I'm going to see. Entomb turns on Exhume and Shallow Grave in a way that's very exciting. I'm going to take Entomb here. Tireless Tracker would be fine in the deck, but that is an extremely late payoff. Probably not playing the Sedgemoor Witch or Fallen Shinobi. Gonna start just trimming stuff. Wow, the Grizzfather on the wheel. Grizzlebrand and Enduring Curiosity, both really exciting for my deck. Grizzlebrand, now that I have Entomb and a critical mass of other stuff, Enduring Curiosity, and blue is kind of a splash at this point. I'm base green-black. I'll take Grizzlebrand. Enter the Bone Zone. That's another pseudo-shallow grave, and it's a creature for Nadu. Grief. I'll take it. Shifting Woodland. Sentinel. Shifting Woodland can become a Grizzlebrand or an Atraxa. Becoming a Atraxa is not that big a deal. Wishclaw could also finish my combo, but it lets my opponent do stuff too. I think I actually want Sentinel here. And Hex Drinker. Terra Sunder. Oh, Golgari was open at the end of this pod here. This will be an interesting build. I got a lot going on. Yogwill. Straight to the sideboard. I've got 34 non-land cards here. That's way too many. I don't think I really made Upheaval happen, or that's not really what the deck's about. I took that really early, and it's not where we ended up. Another Goyf is just a meaty animal. I don't really need meaty animals. Caustic Bronco, that's a little dicey now that I have 7 and 8 drops in my deck. Treachery I can bring in if I think the game's going to get grindy like that. Cankerbloom is kind of mid. I got a lot going on in the 2-drop slot here. Survival is another Entomb. It's an Entomb that also gets Nadu. That's really good. Okay, I'm going to reverse the exercise here because there's so many cards and they all look good. I'm going to add cards until I have a deck rather than cut cards until I have a deck. Greaves Nadu, that's a package. Imperial Seal makes that package happen. Zenith, Natural Order. If I'm playing Natural Order, I'm playing Atraxa. I'll call this the Reanimator package right here. I'll probably play it, but it's in the maybe pile for now. I'm playing Frog. I'm playing Bowmaster. I should put these somewhere where I'm actually keeping count. There are currently 8 cards in the deck. That feels a lot better than 32. Bristly Bill is great with Zenith and Nadu. Let's just assume I'm playing Reanimate. I don't have to play Grief, but I will bring in the Reanimator package. Survival brings multiple packages together. Bat and Miscalculation are the interaction that I have. I have enough black cards to support Grief. I will bring that in. Oh, Grief's a maybe. I'm putting in locked cards right now. Mystic and Cobra. I need green creatures to support the Natural Order I'm playing. That gives me 6 as well. Sentinels is good. It's in the maybes. Mystic Confluence is good interaction. Exploration I don't really need anymore. I'm not playing the Upheaval, at least not in the main deck. I could board into that if I need to. I got a lot going on at 2. Do I need Kitsa? She is really good with the Reanimate stuff and bringing various combos together. Kitsa, I think I like Terra Sunder more than I like Snuff Out if I don't get both. I can always sideboard it in. And I have 1 or 2 slots left. 1 for sure, 2 if I want to go low on lands, if I want to play 16 lands. But I basically have Elvish Mystic making up a land slot here. My curve is pretty low. I think these aren't actually 8 drops. 4 and 5 are the most men I'm actually trying to spend on a spell. I think my deck is so good at doing what it's trying to do that I should have Grief in rather than being worried about what my opponent's doing. I can board in like Snuff Out and Canker Bloom, Treachery, Upheaval if they look appropriate. 16 lands with Emperor of Bones or 17 lands. I can Zenith for Elvish Mystic if I have 2 mana. I have some looting. I have Lotus Cobra. I think I'm going to play the Bones. If I throw some basics in there, I'm not actually playing a Plains to cast Atraxa, even though I could. But Lotus Cobra will do that if I need to get super creative. This is 8 green, 8 black, and 7 blue sources. That sounds right, unless I want to wait a little bit more towards black. Do I need this many basic islands? Because Atraxa is not actually blue. Mystic Confluence costs 5. That's a later problem. I think I'm going to leave this how it is. Okay. Natural Order Nadu Reanimator, just as Garfield intended. Let's play some Magic. The BoshNRoll channel is brought to you by Tales of Adventure. TOAMagic.com has almost 100,000 unique cards in stock. They offer free track shipping on every order, plus next day or 2-day options when you have an event coming up fast. They offer on-site pickup at major Magic events throughout the US, so you're never scrambling before your tournament. Stop by their booth to buy, sell, or trade at upcoming regional championships, Magic Con, Spotlight Series, and more. I love their selection of individually scanned high-end cards that show you exactly what you're buying. And the best part is saving 5% on every order with promo code BOSH. From Ancestral Recall to Zombie Master, get what you need quickly and in one place at TOAMagic.com. Eternal lives here. I am on the play in round 1. Got a pretty quick Natural Order here. I'm going to keep it. Mortuary. Found a Forest. I'll take that. This hand and deck look really good based on just this spread right now. It's like we don't even have another color coming up the works. Opponent's got a tapped Godless Shrine. I'm going to Zenith for Elvish Mystic, which sets up Natural Order for turn 3. Fingers crossed that all my things are still alive when we get there. Amped Raptor hit Atali Primal Conqueror. Nice try, but you missed. Did Amped Raptor grow up to be Atali? Is that canonical? I assume it is, if somebody doesn't tell me otherwise. I would like an Atraxa Grand Unifier. What do you say? And here we've got an Entomb, Lightning Greaves. I think I'd rather have Psychic Frog than Lotus Cobra, and Flooded Strand. Dunzo. And I can just grief my opponent right now. Try to make sure no nonsense comes my way. Grief pitching Deep Cavern Bat. Am I going to need Entomb? I already have Atraxa in play. I'm going to grief pitching Entomb, which we're working with. Entomb, Enduring Innocence, Felia, Sarah Paragon. I'll take that Entomb, make sure I don't get cheesed out over the top. Okay, shipping it. I can Lightning Greaves up a Frog next turn. There's Scrubland. Enduring Innocence. Adorable. Shallow Grave. Remember when I discarded Entomb last turn? Because I wouldn't need it. That was fun. Alright. Psychic Frog. Lightning Greaves. Greaves up the Frog. Jump the Frog. I'm going to exile my Grief to make sure they can't reanimate it. Attack with my creatures. Draw a card. The Bone Zone. Protect Atraxa, give her Shroud, pass the turn. Basic Plains. We knew about that one. Headliner Scarlet. Okay, my creatures can't block this turn. That's fine. My life total is still robust. Opponent's at 14. I have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I just have to play a card here and I win. I can handle that. Okay. I'm going to play Emperor of Bones. Hits as hard as anything else. Okay. Emperor of Bones. Play this. Move the Greaves onto it. Psychic Frog. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Cool. Deep Cavern Bat. Hedge Maze. Survival of the Fittest. And 6. Exile. Deep Cavern Bat. And attack. Cool. Turn 3 Atraxa wins games of draft. Who knew? Okay, opponent's got some Mardu Reanimator stuff going on. They have an Entomb and an Atali in their deck, at minimum. That can make Exhume risky. Maybe I don't play that card. Snuff Out can kill Atali. It can kill all the creatures we saw. I could play Sentinels just as some mid-range thing against their Amped Raptor and Enduring Innocence plan. Treachery could be the one. They get Natali, but I get Natali. Fallen Shinobi flipping their Atali is pretty gross. Shinobi is also black for grief. I think I'm going to do this. Exhumes out, it's too risky. Fallen Shinobi's in. Lightning Greaves, what a hitter. Didn't even need Nadu to make that one work. This is the exact same hand with the exact same plan as game 1, and I will commit to that attracts a life. Opponent's got a Proving Ground. And yeah, this is literally Surveilland into Zenith for a 1-drop into Natural Order. But they're on the play this time, and they know what I'm capable of. Okay, here we go. We've seen this one before. Elvish Mystic is in play. Elvish Mystic is about to die somehow. Oh, it's Felia. That's a scary card, but it's not as bad as like a Bowmaster would have been there. Just picking off my Mystic. Felia, getting them beats. Exiling nothing. Grizzly Bear connects. And Natural Order. Don't Mana Tithe me. Atraxa. They could kill Atraxa, then reanimate it. I imagine their deck's capable of that. Okay, Swords of Plowshares. I'm going to have to settle for a draw X. There is 2 instants here, Shallow Grave and Psychic Frog, or Shallow Grave and Mystic Confluence. Emperor of Bones not doing a lot right now. Bristly Bill also not doing much. There's only 1 sorcery, so let's lock in the Imperial Seal. Swamp is happening. I do have 5 cards in my hand. If I take too many, I'll end up just going to discard. Is not an ideal use of my resources. I do want a Swamp, though. I could Shallow Grave Fallen Shinobi back. If I take Shallow Grave and take Emperor of Bones, is Psychic Frog better than Emperor of Bones? Probably. Okay, what happens if I take this? I have 9 cards in my hand. I discard Fallen Shinobi and Miscalculation. I'm going to be tapping out the rest of this game. Okay, done. Knowing that they have reanimates is a little bit tough on the Shinobi plan, but I'm still doing it. Clean up Miscalc and Fallen Shinobi. Basic Plains. The 8th edition White Border Plains. Felia has still just attacked a couple times without any blinking. Flage. So I just take some damage here. I could set up Survival to get Grizzlebrand with this Shallow Grave. Or I could just blast them with Fallen Shinobi and hope I hit a Tali. Or I don't have enough black mana to do everything here. I think I might just want to put 6 into play and leave up a black. Yeah, I'm going to put 6 into play and leave up a black. There's also multi-turn Survival plus Imperial Seal lines that result in Nadu being active. They've got their Entomb with 2 cards left over there. I don't have anything that can reach into their graveyard. Oh, I have Bone Zone that can do that. Oh, they just entombed a Godless Shrine. They're scared of my Reanimator. That's good. They're just trying to fuel Flage in the most ugly way possible. I'll take it. Felia can flicker out 6 and get an attack here. If they have Containment Priest, that's a combo. Basic Mountain is what they do have. Okay. Entomb for Grizzlebrand in the end step. The Grizz Father. Oh, Lightning Greaves. That's potentially sweet. If I play Shallow Grave and they play, like, Doomblade in response, I get a 6 back. That sucks. I am going to Lightning Greaves first, just to make sure they can't kill 6. If they have an Edict, they just got me real good. Shallow Grave. Grizzlebrand's here. 6 attacks, I mill 3 cards. I can get back Flooded Strand, Zagoth Triome. I guess I'll take the Flooded Strand. There are 18 cards in my deck. I would like some of them. Grizzlebrand. Okay, this is fun. I can Imperial Seal for Lightning Greaves. What does that even do? My cup runneth over. Okay, Imperial Seal. Oh, Lightning Greaves is in play. I'll get Nadu. That's what I meant. Okay, Nadu's on top of my deck. And end step, I will have to discard some cards. I forgot to check my deck for things that actually get got off this Flooded Strand. There should be a couple basic islands in there. I'll be okay. And I won't need Survival anymore this game. Okay, here we go. Am I supposed to have Thassa's Oracle in this deck? It's in my sideboard. Grizzlebrand draw 21 could get me there. Nadu start flipping could get me there. I'm out of Big O's. Like, I have to actually win this game with the cards in my deck. Felia could flicker out Lightning Greaves. if they want to kill 6. Yeah, sure. Basic Swamp. They got 6 mana. Next turn, they could play Atali. Okay, I'm going to start with Lotus Cobra. And then I'll play a land, make a green. Blue. I think I should fetch first. Green, fetch. Blue. Blue, Nadu. We're doing stuff. If I flip enough cards to Psychic Frog, I can probably deal 14 damage this turn. Bolting my Cobrino in response. Alright, fair enough. Greaves target 6. Forest into play. Greaves target Nadu. Deep Cavern Bat. 6. When 6 attacks, I mill 3 cards. That's not ideal. Might not attack this turn. Yeah, I should have Thassa's Oracle in the deck. I was uninventive by not doing that. Okay, Grief is on top of my deck right now. Psychic Frog. Opponent's at 14. I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nadu is not optional. You cannot decline it. That's something I have to think about here. Psychic Frog also not optional. I can just Zenith for 0 to put a card back in my deck. I think I would like to do that. Just remind myself what's still in here. There are 2 lands, Bristly Bill and Kitsa. Okay. Now there's 5 cards in my deck. I'm going to put the Greaves on Nadu and attack with this. And then move the Greaves to Frog. There's 1 trigger left. I'll have 4 cards in my deck. Bristly Bill. Okay, I think I can figure out how to win next turn without killing myself. Winds of Abandon. Okay, so this kills all my creatures. That's fine. I think I can still win next turn. I'll grab the Forest at this point because with the Zenith, I can't actually deck unless extra draws happen. I'm going to hit them with Fallen Shinobi this turn. Okay, I drew the Zenith. Emperor of Bones. Or I should Grief them. So if I Grief them and their hand actually is Atali, then I can Emperor it. Screaming Nemesis, that's out of here. Emperor of Bones. Get in. Exile Flage from their graveyard. I forgot to equip. Just missed some damage there. Whatever. Just playing tight. Being awesome. Zenith back in my deck. Bristly Bill. Who needed that 3 damage anyway? Felia can reset Emperor of Bones here. Lauren kills my Greaves. Okay. Yep. Use it or lose it, and I lost it. I think I'm still winning this game by a lot. They did not exile the card. That's fine. Makes perfect sense. Okay. I would like to hit them with Fallen Shinobi this turn. Exile Fallen Shinobi with the Bone Zone. Activate Emperor. I would like Fallen Shinobi in, not Flage. Orcish Bowmaster killed Lauren before they can block. Each player draws a card, kind of scary on that Lauren. And I can activate Bristly Bill to get Flage as well. Where does this go? It goes to the graveyard. Do I win? So 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Here we go. I'm going to use Flage to kill Felia before blocks. Flage was going to die anyway. There was no way to get an attack out of this. That was crazy. We got a GG sweet deck from the opponent. Yeah, this was pretty sweet. I'm going to be on Thassa's Oracle watch. Actually, let me actually look at this deck. I think I'm allowed to change between rounds. Thassa's Oracle. If I'm Nadu flipping, in the Green Sun Zenith, making it so I can't just run out of cards without external factors is pretty big. Being able to just fearlessly draw 14 or 21 with Grizzlebrand is a big upside. What would I cut Terra Sunder? Just go interaction free. More combos. I still have Grief, Bat, and Miscalc. Sure. I'm updating this to be a Thassa's Oracle deck. On to the next round. The 9th installment of the NYSE Vintage Open Series is coming. This 15 proxy vintage tournament with Power 9 prizes takes place on Saturday, June 14th, 2025 in Long Island, New York, and has a $500 entry fee. That's a hefty entry, but the guaranteed prizes for top 8 are unlimited Black Lotus, Ancestral Recall, Time Walk, and all 5 Moxen. The NYSE Open 8 went well for me last year. Someone better come stop me from getting another Lotus. Will it be you? I'll be at the NYSE Open 9 on June 14th, and I hope to see you there. Register on melee.gg or use the link in the video description. I'm on the play in round 2. My opponent's name is Colorless Eldrazi, which was one of my least favorite decks and archetypes in history. A lot of pride on the line here to beat the Colorless Eldrazi. I am going to keep my hand. I have the Entomb. 6 can do stuff. This is not as straight line as the last couple hands were. But if I find blue kits is online, if I find anything 6 is online, I can grief them if I feel like Entomb would be better as grief. I will not be willy-nilly pitching grief turn 1. Maybe that's something that can kick in for game 2. Just leave Lightning Greaves on top of my deck. I don't really want to draw Lightning Greaves. I want a land, but I don't want to bin my Lightning Greaves either. That's part of my strategy. I could Entomb in my upkeep. Uh-oh. Workshop into Monolith. Okay, I am going to Entomb in my upkeep. This shuffles away the Greaves, but at least they're not gone. Grizzlebrand's in my graveyard. That gave me a chance to draw a land there. I still missed, but I think that makes sense to do. Busted Blue Artifacts is one of the decks that I think, if you have the nuts, is one of the best decks in Cube, and if you don't have the nuts, can be one of the worst decks in Cube. We'll see what end of the spectrum they're on. Candelabra. That's interesting. How big are the artifacts in their deck? All right, deck. Great time to draw a land or a black card. Mostly land, though. We did it. Okay, I'm going to play 6. I think that's better than Bristly Bill plus putting a counter on it. If I get 4 spiked, I deserve it. There's mana in the pool. Okay, I've been miscalculated. They committed their Monolith to doing that, though. That's pretty cool. Candelabra doesn't untap Monolith, and Mishra's Workshop is for artifact spells, not spells or abilities, so you can't untap Monolith here. They untap some lands with the floating mana. Okay, I mean, getting Monolith out of the mix, I don't feel too bad about that. Now if I draw a Swamp, I can just cast Grief. And of course, if I draw Exhume, we're in business. If I draw Shallow Grave, that's 6 now, not Grizzlebrand. Ancient Tomb. That could get rowdy with Candelabra. 6 in the pool. It could become a lot more if it's an artifact. And it can become a little more if it's not an artifact. This could be 9 mana, I think, if I'm counting correctly. 9 mana is Portal to Phyrexia. That's not a card I want to see after serving them up a Grizzlebrand. And they've untapped all their lands. Great. Kappa. Yeah, that's a powerful creature. Deep Cavern Bat. I could pitch Grief and play Bristly Bill. That sets up Natural Order. I could just play Bat. I think I want to try to set up Natural Order. Now that they have a Kappa in play, I'm a little worried about what's going on. Lorien Revealed. They have 3. Okay, so float 3. I'm trying to figure out if they could guess this. Oh, with City of Traders, they definitely can. Remand is not a card I can beat, though. Yeah, I have to take Remand and just hope that Lorien Reveal doesn't find another counterspell. And I do find a land. There's the city. They can float blue, untap the island and the other lands, and then cast Lorien here if they didn't draw something else to do. Okay, that happened. Uh-oh, another Kappa. Yeah, Lorien into... Oh, it's another Candelabra. That's even scarier. Whoa. You need mana more than you need an unblockable 5/5? I don't like this. Land. Yes, all right. Bristly Bill. Get Bristlin. Fetch. Island. Bristle some more. Might as well attack for 4 over here. Bang. And Natural Order. Oh no. Do they have a surprise counterspell? Untap the island. Oh no, they just untapped in response. Okay, Atraxa get in. Okay. There are 2 instants here. The top creature in my graveyard right now is Bristly Bill. No thanks. Emperor of Bones can be Grizzlebrand. Okay, Emperor of Bones, Swamp, Mystic Confluence. Do I want Shallow Grave? I don't think so. Okay, I can hit them with Grizzlebrand and Atraxa next turn. The race is on. Untapped Monolith. Okay, so they have 1 trillion mana available. I'm really glad this Candelabra is not a Kappa or an Atraxa. Here we go. Who's dead? Somebody is. Lots of mana in the pool. And we're untapping lands, including the Mishra's Workshop. I hate that. Shrip's Titan. Okay. That is not a Phyrexian Portal. It's still bad, though. Can't block this. They did successfully play an artifact this turn. Lightning Greaves. I am a mana short of winning this game. That sucks. Okay. Swamp. Yeah, if I had 6 mana here, I could Greaves the Emperor of Bones and get in for Xaxes. Okay. Bone Zone. And if they have interaction, it doesn't matter. All right, some stuff is being untapped. Counterspell. Okay. Can I survive this game? I could fire Atraxa into Triplicate Titan. That gains me 7 life either way. Yeah, I guess I'm doing that. I mean, that dies, and then they have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. If I attack, I actually lose because the Kappa gets too many counters. If I don't attack, they just need an artifact, any artifact, and they win. Okay. I cannot afford to attack. Forensic Gadgeteer. That's infinite colorless mana. Alright, they did it. Okay. Came up a little short there. Little awkward rollout, that's fine. Cankerbloom and Tear Asunder can destroy their various things. Treachery can take some of their big idiots. Exhume is a maybe. I don't know if they can get there. They have a few big idiots. If they get them in the graveyard, I can't cast Exhume. Maybe if my opponent's deck is more combo than mine, I just have to cut the Thassa's Oracle and play the mid-range or control deck. And Treachery might just be too slow. Tear Asunder and Cankerbloom give me 2 pieces of interaction. Is there something better than Oracle I can cut? Yeah, like comboing off and generating Thassa's Oracle when they have me dead to a Kappa that feels like a plus, not a minus. Natural Order is pretty bad versus counterspells, but I'm not going to cut this powerful engine my deck has, even though we've seen 2 counterspells. I like the Bat, I like the Bowmaster. Miscalculation might be no good if they have that much mana in their deck. Okay, I'm going to try this. The Mono Black start. I don't think I can keep this. Okay, I have Zagoth Triumph. That's enough. Keep bottom Grief. I can at least play the rest of the cards in my hand. I could technically play Grief. Shut up. I know. A Mox Emerald as well over there. Nadu, my guy. I'm going to try not to just shove cards into Miscalculation. I have a Flash Threat I can play. I am fine if they counter Bowmaster on their turn, as long as it doesn't happen on my turn. I can at least resolve something here. Yeah, Miscalculation. You got me. Land for Nadu? Imperial Seal. I think this is a spot to resolve Kitsa, because with Kitsa in play, Imperial Seal gets better, and I can start digging for the lands I'm missing. Revoking my Kitsa is pretty good. Still a Vigilance Prowess beater. Trinket Mage. We've seen Candelabra, at least. We see this Mox as well. Another Mox, okay. Opponent has the stupid nuts, as we say in the business. I'm just going to attack. If they double block, Revoker dies. If they block with Trinket Mage, they have to think about Prowess. And we got to point through. Moral victory. Psychic Frog, get to work. Oh, this is Kappa. They're tapping a creature. Yep, and held back the Pearl to get an extra point and unblockability on the Kappa. Okay, so they're going for the extra point now rather than the guaranteed unblockable next turn. Yikes. Okay. I can draw a card with Psychic Frog this turn if I'm willing to discard 2 things. I think I have to be. Confluence and Survival are gone. Jump the Frog. I am in desperate need of a land. If I can get Nadu going, I will feel okay about the situation. Bristly Bill, that's not you. Bristly Bill could get Nadu going. Imp Seal for land feels really shitty here. I guess I'm going to play Bristly Bill. Psychic Frog might be able to just cheese damage over the top. They have tapped Ancient Tomb a few times. Nettle Cyst, that's pretty big. And they could just equip it to Kappa and 2-shot me here. Equips for 2. Okay, they didn't take that route. Not yet. It's still available in the future. Come on, deck. Need some help here. Underground Mortuary. I mean, that feeds Psychic Frog. Bristly Bill, target Psychic Frog. This is how I win the game if I win the game. Tear Asunder into the graveyard. Discard. I have to keep discarding to jump. Is Nadu happening, or is it going to be Psychic Frog coast to coast? They're at 10. Yeah, I guess I'll discard Cankerbloom and Nadu. Jump the Frog. Oh no, not a spell! No spells! Alright, I'm dead. Yeah, opponent's deck is completely busted, and I kind of fumbled mana development in both games, but their deck is what you dream of. The double Mox Big Blue Artifacts deck, hell yeah. GG's, on to the final round.
This video is sponsored by Moxfield.com, the easiest way to build Magic decks online. Moxfield supports over 30 formats, including Legacy and everything else you'll see on this channel. There's multiple customizations so you can interact with your deck how you want. Views such as text, grid, or stacks, and groupings like type, subtype, color, color identity, even artist. The site offers light mode, dark mode, and so much more. However you want to see your deck, Moxfield can provide it for you. Follow my Moxfield to keep up with the channel and what I'm playing in paper. I'll see you there.
I'm on the draw in the final round, positive record on the line. I have a straight line to Nadu. I'm going to keep this. Opponent's on 6 cards. Basic Island. Entomb. Okay, that gives me more options. JVP. I'm going to play Lightning Greaves first. I would like this card to be in play, and then I can Lotus Cobra, hit my land drop, play Imperial Seal next turn. I could have played Imperial Seal and Entomb next turn if I had sequenced my lands better. Whoops. Maybe I'll just play Kitza and put the boots on that. Ancestral Recall. Okay. Opponent has Ancestral Recall and Jace in their deck. We got some work to do. Magda, Brazen Outlaw. Oh, Shallow Grave. I could just hit my opponent with a Grizzlebrand or a Traxa right now. I'm not even convinced that's better than Nadu. I don't think it is. Okay, I'm going to lead on Lotus Cobra. Cobra's in. I'll make a green. I'm playing Kitza, so it doesn't matter what color I make here. Kitza. Put Greaves on Kitza. Attack. Get them beats. Okay, next turn I can play Nadu and start flipping my deck. Jace activation. It's not going to flip this turn. Smuggler's Copper in the graveyard. That's a combo with Magda. Umezawa's Jitte. Okay, so if they're willing to sacrifice Magda, they can kill Lotus Cobra here. I'm going to block with Kitza. She's a 1/3 with Shroud. I don't need Lotus Cobra to assemble Nadu next turn. That's okay. All right, you're dead. I guess I'll loot. I mean, I want every card in my hand. I'm not going to loot. We can discuss Magic Theory about that later. Okay, Imperial Seal for Nadu. Nadu, Winged Wisdom on top of my deck. I'm going to attack for 2 while I have this Prowess buff. And I'll activate Kitza, discard Island, Forest, Nadu, hope that they can't interact with this treasure they're showing. Fudge! They have Force of Will. Okay, I can Shallow Grave and still do the same thing next turn. It's just 1 turn of Nadu instead of easily winning the game. They've already lost life. That's how I know that Force of Will is coming. Yeah, Force pitching Oko. All right, my opponent's deck is really good too. And they can Ancestral again this turn if they want. I guess how far can 1 turn of Nadu go is going to be an interesting conversation to have in a moment here. They looted away a Firebolt. They can resend Ancestral. And they did. 6 cards in hand. I think Grizzlebrand's better than Nadu. Now that this doesn't stay in play, I could see 4 cards and maybe keep going, or I could just see 14 cards and maybe win with Thassa's Oracle immediately. They spent their treasure. What are we doing? Urza. So still have 2 mana up. Spending mana now. We're going to equip Jitte. All right, Talisman. Still 1 mana up. Okay, I'm going to Entomb Grizzlebrand in my upkeep so I don't accidentally draw it. Grizzlebrand into the bin. Draw for turn. Natural Order. Shallow Grave. Leaving up green, because I have more green cards in my deck than blue. Though Thassa's Oracle is a blue card. Right, Grizzlebrand first. And I could Grizzle again down to 4. Jitte can kill various 1/1s I would deploy. I think I want to go again. I'll go to 4. I still have an attack for 7. We've got Orcish Bowmasters in the chat. Can't play Psychic Frog, so that's not the mana I left up. 12 cards in my deck. Okay, so Kitza won't be attacking this turn. But Grizzlebrand is. I don't care about Jace. Well, I don't care about their life total either. I guess I could care about their life total. Attack my opponent. And I am going to attack with Kitza. If they block with Urza, it's whatever, but this is a 3-5 with prowess. Okay, they did not block. Opponent's at 6, I'm at 11. I could bat them. The bat dies, but I get to see their hand, so it's not actually very good. I could hold up Orcish Bowmaster. Survival, I have 12 cards still in my deck. If I go to 4, I'd have 5 cards left in my deck. And Umezawa's Jitte would mostly force a block. Construct could be a lethal attack. Still have Kitsa though. Alright, yeah, I'm going to draw again. I'm going for that big Oracle win. Okay, there's an Exhume. That can get Atraxa back next turn. Bristly Bill could survive. If I put Greaves on Bill, that's something in play. I can't put Greaves on Bowmaster because they'd kill it first. Okay, 5 cards left in my deck. Tap Kitsa, that makes 4. Draw for turn, that makes 3. Tap Kitsa, that makes 2. Survival could find the Oracle. Really hope Oracle's in my deck. Just make sure I constructed my deck correctly. Okay, good. I think Bowmaster gives me the best chance of having some stuff to do. I need blue, green to cast Survival, green to activate Survival. So I'll play Swamp here. Though Bill holding Greaves is a lot of stats too. Okay, I am going to go Bowmasters now and see if I can sneak the Greaves onto it. Deal 1 to Jace, just in case. Greaves on Bowmasters. Do they know about their Jitte? Ooh, we got it in. Okay. I will go to cleanup then. Grizzlebrand gets exiled. Cleanup. I lose to like a lightning bolt at this point, but I think I had to play to a spot where big wins are possible. Okay. Any order. I've used my Shallow Grave already. Doesn't matter. Okay. You're up, opponent. I have 3 blockers. They have a Firebolt in the graveyard that can put me to 2. Jitte can kill Orc Army. Okay, they give Kitsa -2/-0. Oh, I lose. Okay. Yeah, this card just kills me outright. Sweet. And I could have slowed my roll on Grizzlebrand, but that felt like the moment to send it. Broadside Bombardiers. Okay, block, block, block. I am just dead, opponent. They found the line. Okay. Alright, they had 2 Ancestral Recalls. What do you want from me? Snuff Out kills Bombardiers and Urza. That matters. And there was a Force of Will involved. Okay, yeah, 2 Ancestral Recalls and a Force of Will. I think I could have beaten the 2 Ancestrals if they didn't have Force. All good. This is Vintage Cube. Yeah, I think I want Snuff Out in. I've seen enough powerful creatures that makes sense. Am I ever casting this Mystic Confluence? Was it a mistake to even have that in the deck? I'm so low to the ground with everything else. Okay, Snuff Out it is. We're going for it. I don't have any black mana in this hand. I do have Hedge Maze that can move cards around. I can Grief them, and then even Exhume the Grief. I don't want to lose a game because I can't cast spells, though. Alright, this one at least casts spells. Keep and bottom one of the islands. I meant to play Island there, but I had already clicked when my brain said, wait, what if you draw Swamp for Psychic Frog? Yeah, that definitely should be Island in play. Not punished. Doesn't mean it wasn't wrong. Survival. First time this has been in play. Tamiyo. Another excellent card in their deck. I'll play 6. I don't think survivaling for Nadu here is where I want to be. If I find black mana, survival for Nadu, Imseal for Greaves is there. 6 gets a bunch of looks at black mana next turn. Block. I have reach. Play around the ninjas. Talisman. Atraxa. That's less bad to be in my hand when I have survival. 6 milled Mortuary. I'll take it. It is a black source eventually. And I'm going to survival Atraxa for Nadu right now. Unless, is there something better I could do? Like, oh, Lotus Cobra. Yeah, Lotus Cobra. Solves all my problems. Lotus Cobra. Play that. Then I can Imperial Seal this turn. Or am I getting Stern Scolded? I am. Tough crowd. Okay. Mortuary. Ancestral Recall in response. Yeah, whatever. Tamiyo flips. Nadu's on top. Ha! That was going to happen anyway. Okay, so I got to overcome at least 1, potentially 2 Ancestral Recalls again. Nadu's on top of my deck right now. Impseal can get the Greaves. Got Trucial Zealot. That card's good. And Screaming Nemesis. Okay, so I can take 7 right now. I might just die to damage to this control deck before I get my pieces together. Bonus deck is sweet. I like this a lot. Mostly I'm just jealous of their Ancestral Recall. Must be nice. Yeah, taking 7, and then they can attack for 4, or 7, 8, 9, 13 next turn. Yeah, I'm like lethal on board, which means I don't even have time to Imperial Seal. Is there anything in my survival package? I could Bowmaster the Skeleton. Permanents in my graveyard do have Retrace right now. I don't think 6 can attack this turn. Yeah, they can cameo buyback Ancestral if 6 doesn't attack. And if it does, yeah, it doesn't actually matter. I don't have double black to recast Emperor of Bones and then get an Atraxa attack in here. I guess I just put Nadu into play and cast Imperial Seal. And I know their deck has Force of Will, so I might just be dead anyway. If I Imperial Seal to 11, I can block Gut, block a Skeleton. Or no, this says Menace. Oh, duh. Did I just kill myself? Nice. Okay. 2 4/1s with Menace. One of them will get through. Screaming Nemesis, blocking it doesn't help. Yeah, I'm exactly dead if I cast Imperial Seal. I guess I can, like, survival Psychic Frog into Elvish Mystic here. Oh, this sucks. Yeah, I forgot that thing had Menace. I'm gonna be honest. Okay, Elvish Mystic. Get in there. Just what we needed. Daze. Dazing my Elvish Mystic. Okay. Well, I'm dead. The combination of Ancestral Recall into Real Pressure. Yeah, last game, going as hard as I did on the Grizzlebrand, obviously got punished, but I thought about it in every way that I had information to think about it. Fury. So I'll get a Nadu flip on the way out before I die. Flipped my Bowmaster. Would be great if I could cast it. And dead. Alright, GG. Obliterated. Okay, so this deck feels sweet to me. Maybe the pieces don't quite all click together as smooth as I'd like. I took Nadu literally because I wanted to, and I've been playing against Nadu a lot lately. Whenever an opponent has it against me, it looks awesome, and I just wanted to try it when it was early enough to make it work. And I don't think that failed. I think this deck is like one Thoughtseize or Duress short of where I'd like it to be. Also, obviously, we have no Power 9 and lost to an opponent who played 2 Moxen and then lost to an opponent who played 3 Ancestral Recalls. That doesn't help when I'm playing Legacy versus a vintage deck. But that comes with the territory. Could have had just Snuff Out, Terra Sunder, Maximum Interaction in the main and played fewer combos. Mystic Confluence, pretty clunky, basically never getting to 5 mana. But this was a fun exercise in trying to overlap the various things you can do in Vintage Cube. There's a less ambitious deck right here, even with the cards I drafted. Cut Thassa's Oracle, cut the reanimation stuff, put in Sentinels of the Nameless City, Essica's Chariot, Fallen Shinobi, Treachery, Cankerbloom, Hex Drinker, Nethergoyf. There's just like a bug attack and disrupt deck that might actually win more games than what happened here. But I'm playing Vintage Cube, I'm doing cool stuff. And this is what it's about. I had fun winning and losing. Nadu, thanks for finally showing up. Everybody, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check out the Patreon. I'll see you next time.